Audiences are like truth detectors. They can smell a phony sentiment a mile away. You can place your character in the most original, exciting situations, but if the audience doesn't buy the emotional truth of its decisions, you'll lose them. The sequence in which Carl releases an endless cloud of balloons over his house and escapes the city is original, colorful, exciting, and moving. It also doesn't make any sense. Why would someone fly away in a house? Are there no planes to South America? Can't he just move somewhere else? It is a ludicrous action for a character to make, which is why Up spends 20 minutes setting it up. In these 20 minutes, we get a heartbreaking sequence depicting Carl's wife, showing his deep emotional connection to the house and his lifelong dream to go to Paradise Falls. They also show his current lonely, dull life. On top of these emotional issues, they also create a problem for Carl. Ruthless businessmen are trying to take his house away. After he accidentally attacks one of them, the court forces him to sell his house, to be destroyed, and then move to a nursery home. So if you were a lonely old man who lost his loving wife, whom he knew since they were kids, just before you were about to go and fulfill your lifelong dream, while mean people are about to demolish the house you built together and the last connection you have to her, and you are being forced by the law to go into a nursery home, what would you do? Oh, and don't forget, Carl spent his life selling balloons. All of these details not only make strapping a bunch of balloons to your house logical, it actually seems like the best course of action Carl could take, based on his priorities, skills, emotions, and current situation. Surprising decisions can also take place at the end of a movie, where they usually signify the change a character went through. Lightning McQueen spends most of Cars talking about winning the Piston Cup and fantasizing about all the wonderful things that will happen when he does. Yet, when the moment comes and the Piston Cup is within his grasp, McQueen gives it up. He stops an inch from the finish line and goes back to assist the past champion finish the race with dignity. He has no tangible gain from this. It is something he is emotionally compelled to do and something we would have never expected him to do. Yet we do understand why he made that decision and are even moved by it. Yes, McQueen starts the movie as a friendless, cocky, self-centered brat. However, he is forced to spend time in the small town of Radiator Springs, where he is exposed to a different way of living, and even begrudgingly makes new friends. His most meaningful interaction is with Doc Hudson, a has-been race car, who was left out in the cold after he had a terrible accident. Doc teaches McQueen humility and shows him that all of his fame and fortune may be temporary. These lessons, along with the relationships McQueen made, caused him to reassess his values. When McQueen sees a legendary race car broken and shattered, just like Doc, he can't leave him out in the cold. Out of respect for the lessons Doc taught him, McQueen helps King out, proving to his friends and to himself that he is more than just a race car. Movies, practically by definition, should be all about interesting characters making interesting decisions. But these decisions have to be justified emotionally in order to be more than just a pretty set of pieces and funny lines. If your character's actions and decisions seems false, they break the reality of the movie and snap the audience out of it. Once that happens, you can have the coolest, most exciting thing happening on screen, and they wouldn't care. Alright guys, thanks for watching. On the next episode of Pixar Storytelling Rules, we're going to talk about casting characters. Don't forget to subscribe and visit our website at bloopanimation.com.